everyone, this is my fingerstyle tutorial for Toss a Coin to Your Witcher from the Netflix series The Witcher. Kindly hit the like button down below if you appreciated the video and share with your friends who would be interested in learning some fun guitar arrangements or fun fingerstyle arrangements. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification icon so that you don't miss the next tutorial. Alright, so what you just saw earlier was an excerpt of my entire cover, which I will be teaching now. The entire cover, not just the excerpt. But I'll leave a link down in the description so that you can see the entire song and know whether or not you want to be able to learn how to play that in this video. Alright, so to start off, you'll be needing a guitar in standard tuning, so from top string to bottom string, top string being the high E string and bottom string being the low E string, in E, B, G, D, A, E, standard tuning. And you'll be needing a capo on first fret. So from now on, every time I refer to a fret, I'll be referring to it in relation to this capo. So this is now the first fret, this is the second fret, third fret, and so on. Alright? So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So we'll be starting off with the breakdown of the song, which is 4 verses, 1 chorus, 4 verses once again, and then 3 choruses. And that's the end of the song. So it starts off with like this intro chorus type. So this is how it goes. I'll play it. Okay. Okay. So that's the first verse, the intro verse. So we'll be starting by barring the top 3 strings on the 5th fret. So that's E, B, G. I use my index finger to bar them. And then we'll be doing a finger roll, plucking the A string and the top 3 strings. Okay? And then pluck the G string and slide it down, stopping on the 4th fret, the 2nd fret, and then pull off. So let's do that again. And then D chord. Okay? Then finger roll the top 4 strings. Okay. Then first fret B. Second time hammer onto 3rd. Back to first fret. Open B. D minor. G string. B string twice. Open high E string. And then an A minor 7 shape. So first fret B string and second fret D string, finger roll, low E string, D string, G string, and B string. And then pull off the finger from the B string and pluck the G string with the 2nd fret. Okay, so then G string again, and then 3rd fret B string, then 1st fret, then 3rd fret, and then a D chord, but you'll be leaving the high E string open, okay? And then E minor, top 3 strings and the low E string, and then bar the 1st fret on the G string, and do it again, okay? So let's do that from the top, slowly. Alright, so that's the entire first verse. So 3 more before the first chorus, okay? So for the second verse, it goes like this, okay? Okay, so we start with an A minor shape. Open A string, followed by an open high E string, followed by another open A string, and then 3rd fret on the B string. And then open A string and B string 1st fret together, open B string, and then G string 2nd fret and A string together, open G string, and then I use my thumb to bar the 2nd fret on the low E string, but you can use your pointer, whatever works best for you. Followed by an open high E string, back to low E string, 3rd fret B string, and then 1st fret B string and low E string together. Then pluck the B string again and hammer on the 3rd fret. 1st fret B string and low E string together. Open B string, open D string and 2nd fret G string together, and then one after the other. Okay, and then 3rd fret B string and open D string together. Twice the B string. Followed by a 1st fret B string, then 3rd fret low E string and 2nd fret G string. So, and then once again low E string and G string, 3rd fret B string and low E string together, 1st fret B string, followed by, okay, so 3rd fret low E string and B string, and then a high E string. Okay, and then we'll be doing a D over F sharp bass shape, but leave the high E string open, and then we'll be plucking the low E string and the top 3 strings alternately. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th time that you pluck the low E string, you'll be following it at the same time. You'll be plucking at the same time the B string on 1st fret, followed by the 2nd fret G string, and then G shape. So 3rd fret B string, 3rd fret low E string, plucking the low E string, the B string, the G string, and the D string alternately. So twice, and then E shape, plucking the same strings. Okay, so the entire 2nd verse. Let's do it from the top slowly. Alright, nice one. So we have the 1st verse and the 2nd verse now. So for the 3rd verse, it goes like this. Okay, so we ended the last verse. Okay, so that's the main difference between the 2nd verse and the 3rd verse. It ends with a E shape with that riff there. Okay, so we start off the 3rd verse with the A minor shape, plucking the A bass, followed by the following 3 strings, the B, the G, and the D afterwards, twice, and then once again the same sequence you did earlier. So 1st fret B string, at the same time an open A string, followed by an open B string, then a 2nd fret G string with an open A string, followed by an open G string. Okay? So, and then after that, 2nd fret low E string and 2nd fret G string together, followed by alternate pluck. Okay? After plucking it alternately, so 1st fret B string and low E string together, 3rd fret B string, 1st fret B string and low E string together, open B string, then the D minor. It's supposed to be a D minor here, but all we're plucking is once again the D, the open D, and the 2nd fret G string. Alternately pluck them, and then pluck at the same time the 3rd fret B string and the D, then pluck the B string again, high E string with the D string. so it's actually the same sequence as we ended sort of at the part of the second verse that we did earlier. So okay, so after we reach the G shape once again, alternately pluck it, and then we're doing this riff that we did earlier. So all we're doing is fretting the first fret on the G string and the third fret on the high E string, and we'll be plucking the top 3 strings and the low E string in finger roll, then high E string again but open this time, followed by the low E string and the first fret B string together, and then an open high E string. Okay, so let's do the third verse from the top, right? Alright, so next we have the fourth verse, the last one before the first chorus, and it's actually almost identical to the third verse except for this one difference. I'll just play the fourth verse first so that you guys can see what it sounds like. Alright, see, so the only difference is that instead of doing this part, okay, we're just doing. Okay, so once you reach, okay, wait, so let's just play through it again. Okay, so after doing alternately twice, we'll be doing third fret B string and low E string together, first fret B string, once again third fret B string and low E string together, and then open high E string, and then we'll be strumming the E chord 7 times. Okay, when I strum it, I actually don't strum all 6 strings. I only strum like the bottom 4 strings, but feel free to modify it however you want. This is just how I made my arrangement. It's not the only way that you can play it. Okay, let's actually play verses 1 to 4 slowly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, nice. Next we have the chorus, the first chorus. Okay, so I'll be playing through it. Sounds like this. Okay, alright, so let's learn how to play that next. We start off the chorus after strumming the E chord 7 times in the exact same shape that we did at the start. So bar the top 3 strings on the 5th fret and finger roll the A string and the top 3 strings. And then 7th fret D string and 5th fret G string right after. Okay? And then bar the 1st fret on the G string and finger roll the low E string and the top 3 strings, right? Followed by 3rd fret B string, 1st fret B string, and then 3rd fret A string and 3rd fret B string together, and then open high E string, okay? So from the top. Then after the open high E string, pluck the open high E string once again, and pluck the D string at the same time. Okay, so. And 3rd fret B string, 1st fret B string, open B string, 1st fret B string once again, and then followed by an open A string, and then 2nd fret G string. Okay, from the top we have then open A string again. So after after the open A string once again, open high A string, and then open A string and 3rd fret B string together, and followed by a 1st fret B string. Okay, so once again. Open B string and open A string together, followed by 1st fret B string, open A string, and 2nd fret G string. Okay, so from the top of the chorus we have then open A string, open G string, 2nd fret G string and A string together, and then 1st fret B string, followed by open A string, then 2nd fret G string once again. Okay? Okay, so next we have the second part of the chorus. So from the first part, right? Okay. So what we have is open A string, followed by 2nd fret G string, followed by open A string and 2nd fret G string together, and then 1st fret B string right after. Okay, and then finger roll once again, low E string and top 3 strings, barring the 1st fret on the G string. Okay, and then this time, when we do that same motion we did earlier in the first part of the chorus, we'll be plucking the 3rd fret B string with the low E string, okay? Followed by 1st fret B string, right? Okay? Then 3rd fret A string and 3rd fret B string together, then open high E string, okay? Followed by the A string, and then open high E string. Okay, so we have then right after that, we'll be doing a D suspended 2 shape. So 3rd fret high E string, 3rd fret B string, and 2nd fret G string. Finger rolling the top 4 strings. All right. Followed by an open high E string, and then open D string and 1st fret B string together, then open high E string right after, okay? And then we'll be doing an E suspended 2 shape. So all we really need is to bar the 2nd fret on the G string, and we'll be doing an alternate picking system, so we'll be picking the top bass string, so the low E string, and the top 3 strings alternately, alright? So we'll be doing it 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll be moving down by 1 fret on the G string, so 1st fret, and we'll be adding, we'll start fretting the 4th fret on the high E string. But we'll still be doing the same alternate picking pattern, alright? So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time on the 4th, we'll be sliding up 1 fret. Okay, so let's try that. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Afterwards, alright? Try the chorus from the top, slowly. Alright, then after that we have this quick little riff right before the verses 5 to 8. Alright, so it's basically, okay. Alright, there's a car passing by. It's gonna, okay. So what we're doing is, okay, so we'll be plucking 3rd fret B string, then hammer on and pull off back to 3rd fret. Alright, so we'll be hammering onto the 5th fret and pulling off back to the 3rd fret. Okay. I'll be plucking the 5th fret on the G string, then hammering on down to the 4th fret, and then as we slide down to the 2nd fret, we'll be plucking the G string and the open A string together. Okay. Alright. Alternately, if you're having a hard time doing hammer-ons, like right now, your finger strength, you're not used to it yet, what you can also do is you can just opt to pick it each time that you're supposed to do a hammer-on or pull-off. That works as well. You still get the same sounds, just a different effect. And it might be harder to do it quickly. Yeah, so it's up to you. Alright. So next we have verses 5 to 8, which goes like this. So after the riff. Alright, that's actually verse 5. So let's be doing that first. So after that riff, we'll be finger rolling the 4 middle strings with an A minor chord shape on the fretting hand, followed by the B string once again, okay? Right? And then open A string, open B string together. After the open A string and open B string together, we'll be plucking the 2nd fret on the G string. So, and then open G string and open A string together, okay? Followed by 2nd fret G string, and then followed by 2nd fret on the low E string, okay? So let's try that from the top. After the riff, and then we'll alternately pick those 2 strings again. So, and then E string and 1st fret B string together, and then 3rd fret B string, and then 1st fret B string and low E string together, using the thumb again to fret the low E string, okay? Followed by an open B string, okay? Start from the top. So this is an F chord shape. It's the first time we're using it in the song actually. We didn't use it in verses 1 to 4. So in verses 1 to 4, what was normally being used was a D minor shape But for this second set of verses, we're using an F shape, right? So after that D over F sharp bass sequence, we'll be plucking the B string, the G string, and the D string along with the low E string, fretting first fret on the B string, second fret on the G string, third fret on the D string, and first fret on the low E string, right? So, and then alternately pluck them. Right? And then low E string and third fret B string together. The B string twice, alright? And then followed by an open high E string and first fret low E string together. Okay, so. And then first fret B string. Okay, so from the top, let's do that slowly. So far we have. And then third fret low E string, alright? And then second fret G string, and alternately pick the low E string and the G string, alright? And then third fret B string and third fret low E string together, first fret B string, third fret B string and third fret low E string together again, and then open high E string, alright? After that open high E string, we'll be fretting second fret on the low E string, second fret on the G string, third fret on the B string. Okay, so pluck the top 3 strings on the low E string. 2, 3, 4. And then a G shape, so fretting the third fret on the B string, third fret on the low E string, alternately picking the low E string and the B, G, and D strings. Only twice, and then E chord shape, alternately plucking those same set of strings. Alright, so from the top, the 5th verse we have. Alright, then the 6th verse actually is very similar to the 5th verse, so I'll play it. Okay. So the main differences are at the end, right? You saw, anyway, let's walk through it quickly. Alternately, in the A minor chord shape, pluck the A string, and then the B string, the G string, and the D string, alright? Twice. And the same thing that we did earlier. Alright, so first fret B string, open A string together, open B string, second fret G string, and open A string together, open G string, right? And then second fret G string and second fret low E string together. Then alternately pluck those same 2 strings. So then once again, first fret B string, second fret low E string together, third fret B string, back down to first fret along with the low E string, and then open B string. Okay, then the F shape that we did earlier. Alright, so from here, once you hit the F shape, it's actually exactly the same as the previous verse. Alright, so except when you do the E shape, you'll be fretting the 4th fret on the high E string as well, okay? Alright? And then when you pluck it for the second time, you won't be plucking all 3 strings at the top. You'll only be plucking the top high E string, and you'll be moving up 1 fret, so to the 5th fret. Alright? So let's try verses 5 and 6 together slowly. Okay? From the riff. Alright, so next we have verse 7, which is very similar, once again, to the verse that preceded it, verse 6. Okay, so here we go. Right? That there at the end was the only difference that it has between verse 6 and verse 7, okay? So just play the same thing that you did to start off verse 6. But here, after you alternately pick the low E string on 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the G string, okay, this word becomes different. That sequence. Okay, so we'll be plucking 3rd fret B string, 1st fret G string, and low E string together. Down to 1st fret B string, okay. And then 3rd fret B string and low E string together. And then open high E string. Alright, so let's try that. Next we have the 4th verse, the final verse of the song, before the choruses, okay? So here's how it goes. That's the main difference between this verse and the verse that came before it, alright? So it starts off the same way, once again as verses 6 and 7. Here, this word becomes different. Fret the 3rd fret on the high E string, okay, and the 3rd fret on the low E string, and then you'll be plucking the low E string on the top 3 strings, followed by an open high E string, and then 1st fret B string and low E string together, and then open high E string. All right, so followed by alternately picking the low E string and the B, G, and D strings twice, alright? So let's try that 8th and final verse from the top. Alright, good job guys. Next up we have the choruses, and then final 3 choruses, and that's the end of the song. Okay. There will be 3 choruses here in the end. So as I said earlier, the breakdown of the song is 4 verses, 1 chorus, 4 verses, and then 3 choruses. So this one, the final 2 choruses in my arrangement, I play them almost exactly the same except for the very end, alright? So here, we'll be doing the first chorus, okay? Oh, and I zoomed out, I changed camera angle because this part of the song uses some percussions, so you get a better view of what I'm doing, like when I body slap or when I do a hammer on the upper end of the fretboard. Okay, so that will be seen. All right. So let's start. After the last thing we did, verse 8 ended with. Okay. It's part of the first chorus. Okay. Okay. So we start off by, so A minor chord, block the G string and the open A string. Then hammer on, thumb slap, and at the same time try to strike the G string, okay? And then pluck the B string right after. Followed by finger roll in E chord shape, so top 3 strings and bass E string, okay? Followed by, okay. Then another thumb slap, this time aiming for the B string on the 3rd fret, and then B string on 1st fret, alright? So I like doing the whole chord on the fretting hand, even though I'm not really hitting everything, because when you do a thumb slap and you're aiming for one string, it's kind of hard to aim for. So in this case, if you miss and hit some other strings, it will still sound melodic and it'll still sound in tune with the song because it's still in the proper key, right? So once again, okay, 3rd fret B string and 3rd fret A string together, followed by open high E string, okay? And then a thumb slap, right? From the top. Followed by open high E string. And then 3rd fret B string and open D string together. Then 1st fret B string. And then thumb slap aiming for the open B string. Okay, and the next 1st fret B string, followed by open A string, and then 2nd fret G string, alright? And then thumb slap, open high E string, 3rd fret B string, and open A string together, and then 1st fret B string, right? And then thumb slap, aiming for the open B string. Alright? After aiming for that open B string as you do a thumb slap, you'll be plucking the B string once again, fretting the 1st fret. Okay? And then open A string, then 2nd fret G string. So. Then thumb slap after the 2nd fret G string, followed by an open G string and open A string together, but you'll be hammering on the 2nd fret and then plucking the 1st fret B string right after. Alright? And then thumb slap, hitting some strings. I'm not really aiming for anything in particular. I normally hit maybe the D string and the G string, maybe the B string, and then plucking the G string on 2nd fret right after. Okay? Okay, so that was like the first half of the 2nd chorus of the song. Next we have, okay, so after, okay, so what we're doing is, after, we'll be plucking open A string and then finger roll the D, B, G, and B string in A minor chord shape. Then thumb slap and then pluck the B string and the A string, right? And then top 3 strings and bottom string in E chord shape. Doing that same slapping sequence we did earlier, aiming for the B string on 3rd fret and then moving down to the 1st fret, right? Then that same thing we did earlier, 3rd fret B string, 3rd fret A string, followed by open high E string. Then thumb slap, then open high E string. Alright? So and then D suspended 2 shape. So finger roll top 4 strings, then open E string, thumb slap aiming for the B string on 1st fret, alright? Then open high E string, okay, so what we're doing is, we're doing the same plucking pattern in this E suspended 2 shape, and back to this, into this shape that we did to end off the very first chorus that we did earlier as well, right? Same chord shape, but we're going to be plucking it differently. So instead of the, what we're doing, right? So what we're doing is finger roll top 3 strings and the bottom E string, and then pluck the G string, thumb slap while striking the top 3 strings, and then pluck the open E strings, both of them, and then pluck the G string and the B string, then strike the top 3 strings once again with the thumb slap. After that second strike, I pluck the G string once again. Then I'll do the exact same thing, but change shape. I like to fret the 2nd fret on the D string as well, even though I'm not aiming for it, just in case I miss my slap, it'll still sound in line with it, right? So after that sequence, instead of plucking the G string once again, we'll be hammering on to the 14th fret of the G string with our picking hand, alright? Okay, alright, so the entire 2nd chorus, let's play through it slowly. So just try to make sure that you really hit that 14th fret of the G string so that it rings out. It's the exact same note as 5th fret on the high E string. The only reason we're doing it like this is because it makes it easier to start off the 3rd chorus, alright? So the 3rd chorus, this is probably going to be the hardest part of the song. The 3rd and 4th chorus, they're almost identical. I'll be playing through the 3rd chorus now, okay? So after. Alright, so what we're doing is, after hammering on the 14th fret earlier to end off the 2nd chorus, so A minor chord shape, strum all strings, alright, except for the top string. If you can't, what I like to do is I mute it with my thumb, and then we'll be sliding on from the 7th fret until the 10th fret, alright, of the D string. So, and as you hammer on the 7th fret, you'll be slapping the body of the guitar with your fretting hand, okay? So, and then you'll be strumming once again, this time all strings in an E chord shape. I'm doing an E7 chord right now. You can do either or, actually. I just prefer to do the E7 shape and sometimes the A minor 7 shape as well, because the strings get to sustain better since I'm letting go of my fretting hand, right? Okay, so. So after this one, we'll be hammering on the 7th fret once again, but this time on the G string, sliding down to the 5th fret, alright? Once again with the body slap, once you hammer on. So next you have the C chord shape, but you'll be adding you'll also be fretting the 3rd fret on the B string, okay? And then try to keep the low E string silent, okay? So mute it with your thumb or just don't hit it if you want. If you do, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. It still sounds melodic enough, okay? And then pluck the high E string after, okay? And then a thumb slap, hitting the top 3 strings. Then after that thumb slap hitting the top 3 strings, you come in and pluck the high E string once again, alright? So let's do everything we have so far. Next we have 3rd fret B string and open D string with a wrist thump. And then after the wrist thump with the open D string and 3rd fret B string, move down to 1st fret B string, alright? And then what I do sometimes is I pull off and thumb slap, or you can try to hit it as you thumb slap, an open B string, alright? And then 1st fret B string once again. And then after the 1st fret B string, wrist thump with an A string, and then 2nd fret G string. Okay, so. And then a quick thumb slap, hitting maybe the B, G, and D. Nothing in particular, you can hit the other strings if you like as well, up to you. And then open high E string and A string together with another wrist thump. And then followed by 3rd fret B string to 1st fret B string. And then another thumb slap with an open B string. And then another. Same thing we did earlier. 1st fret B string into open A string with a wrist thump and 2nd fret G string. Alright, so. Slap. Then this time, instead of doing that we normally did, we'll be doing it like that, alright? With a slap. Okay, there. So, what we're doing is hammering on the 5th fret on the D string, sliding up to the 7th fret, then hammering on the 5th fret once again, but this time on the G string, alright? So, we're doing it. Followed by a body slap right after that last hammer on. Okay, so let's try that from the top. Everything we have so far. Alright, so the next we have A minor chord shape again. You can do A minor 7 so the sustain lasts longer because you're going to be removing the fretting hand once again. Then do a quick slap with the strings to make it resonate. Then the same thing we did earlier. And then, okay, same thing. Then this time, after this one, after that thumb slap and the high E string in the C chord shape, we're going to be doing the D suspended 2 shape that we did earlier. Alright, so we'll be finger rolling the top 4 strings, but with a wrist thump, followed by an open high E string, then thumb slap with 1st fret B string. Alright, then open I string again. this is actually exactly the same as what we did earlier for the second chorus to end it. Alright, but this time we'll be adding a wrist thump every time we pluck the bass string. Alright, so watch, it's really the same but with a wrist thump when you pluck the bass string. Alright, then exact same thing. We repeat everything that we just did for the third chorus. Alright, but this time, instead of doing this, we're going to be barring on the 5th fret and we'll be ending the song in the same shape that we started in, alright? You'll be doing a finger roll with the A string and the top 3 strings barred on 5th. And then pinch harmonics on alternating between the G string and the B string, okay? Starting on the G string and the B string, then you can slow down, do as many as you want, or as little as you want, whatever feels best for you. There's no strict rule in it for me. So, right. Okay, so that's the entire song. Okay guys, so that's the end of our tutorial. If you'd like to be able to practice playing along with me, I recommend maybe watching my cover video that I did already. I'll leave a link down in the description. Once again, you can play it at like half speed. There's YouTube settings that you can play it slowly, and then work your way up to building it, to being able to play it at full speed. All right. Okay. So that's the end of the video, guys. Kindly like if you were able to learn from this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next tutorial. And please share with your friends if you know anyone who might be interested in learning new fingerstyle arrangements, or anyone who wants to pick up a guitar and learn something new. Also, please comment down below if you have any suggestions, or like how can I improve these tutorials, because it's my first time. So yeah, that would really help out. And if you like, you can ask me anything in the comments. I'll reply. It's not like I have too many comments to answer anyway. So yeah, okay. Enjoy guys. See you in the next video.